I could get your attention, please, as the food is now finished being served. Thank you, Antler staff, for taking care of us today and for your hospitality for our State of the Region event. This is an exciting time to be in business in El Paso County. Propelled by a wave of business expansion and industry development, new residents moving to the region, growth in high-quality jobs, and competitive affordability, this is a great place to be in business. Fueled by recent increases in business attraction activity with the Chamber and our community partners, the Chamber and EDC and our partners, as many of you know, we've recently adopted a new strategic plan for our economic development work. We have recently added staff and resumed programming in business retention and expansion. And we're working with our community partners, with the county and the city and many other organizations to help ensure that we have a strong and very competitive business environment. We continue to work to help local, current and future local employers grow and thrive here in Colorado Springs and our surrounding communities. Together, we're achieving economic prosperity for our community. Many of you here today are among our 1,100 members, a number that we've grown this year and continues to grow on a monthly basis, and we thank you for that. You give us the resources that we need to support the business community and ensure that we continue to prosper in El Paso County. We thank you for your support, and whether you're a new member with us or a long-standing member, we appreciate your loyalty and your leadership and the opportunity you give us to help move the community forward. We're fortunate to have among our supporters the El Paso County Board of County Commissioners and the entire staff of El Paso County. Among them is our keynote speaker today. He's a well-recognized champion in our community. Board of County Commissioners President Darryl Glenn is a graduate of Doherty High School. Almost a native. You said you moved here at age 2.5, so as close as you could get as you had anything to do with, Darryl. And he is a graduate of the U.S. Air Force Academy. He retired as a lieutenant colonel after a 21-year career in the Air Force. After serving on the Colorado Springs City Council from 2003 to 2010, he was elected to his first term on the Board of County Commissioners, and in 2010 was elected in 2010 and then re-elected in 2014 by 80% of the voters in his district, in his commissioner district. In addition to his role as a county commissioner, Darryl Glenn has his own legal practice, specializes in family law. He is a member of the Colorado and the El Paso County Bar Associations. He's a personal fitness and nutrition coach and a 3-time collegiate national powerlifting champion. It's my pleasure to welcome to the podium Board of County Commissioners President Darryl Glenn.
I don't know if you heard what he said. He just wanted me to make sure I leave his folder up here so he has his remarks. I tell you, before this thing started, people were asking me, well, what's the theme? And are you concerned about what's going on? I said, things are great. Got a lot of great news. The only thing I'm really worried about is Dirk and Rachel eating my dessert. All right. Well, I only have an hour here, so I just wanted to let you know that we'll get you home in time for Judge Judy. But first, I want to thank all of you for being here today. I want to extend a special thanks to the Chamber and the EDC and the event sponsors for hosting this annual event and making it possible. I also want to thank everyone that worked with us and voted in favor of the county retention and reset question last month. Your support and trust is critical to getting the I-25 expansion project moving. And it will ensure that the county is able to provide quality customer service in our rapidly expanding region. It's no secret that El Paso County came out of the Great Recession more slowly than other parts of the state. But today, looking at our economic indicators, I can clearly say that we're back. The economic vitality and the potential for our region is great. That's the end result. You want to make sure if you wanted to write anything down, that's something to take home to. I am extremely optimistic about our future. The signs are everywhere, and the statistics back them up. Our sales tax collection through October are up almost 8% over last year. And even though these numbers include the revenue generated from the repairs needed after the record-breaking July hailstorm last year, even a slight decline in our collections still places us in a great financial position. The Pikes Peak Regional Building Department issued more permits for new single-family homes through November than it did in all of 2016. That puts new home construction at about $1.2 billion, which means that new home construction is now on pace similar to what we saw before the Great Recession. And so far this year, Regional Building has completed more than 298,000 inspections, and a lot of those were rooftops. But even though roof replacements work is now completed, we can expect the pace of construction over the next years to continue to be strong. We know this because of the number and the size of the developments in our pipeline. Our Planning and Community Development Department has received over 334 major development applications for review, and 278 of those have been submitted through our new and much more efficient electronic review process. Our county clerk and recorder, Chuck Brorman, reports that we have over 665,000 motor vehicles registered. That's why we have so many traffic problems. That's up almost 14% since the economic recovery began in 2012. County Assessor Steve Schleicher is now tracking more than 274,000 real estate parcels with an estimated market value of $68.8 billion. And that's up over 28% from 2012. And there are other signs of growth all around us. Just a block south from here, the Olympic Museum is quickly rising out of the ground, and so far, more than $3.3 million in private contributions for the Olympic Museum project have been made through our El Paso County Enterprise Zone. That's something to be proud of. If you travel along North Nevada Avenue, the new Capitol construction project at UCCS, including the Ent Center for Performing Arts and the William J. Hibble Sports Medicine Complex, have received more than $1.4 million in El Paso County Enterprise Zone. That's something else to be proud of. But there's more. We're also seeing an influx of new ideas and innovation into our region. Our county has taken a proactive approach in rolling out new software systems and procedures to improve efficiency, increase transparency, and provide better services for our citizens. County Assessor Steve Schleicher is one of our county drivers in innovation. The Assessor's Office new community webpage, and these citizens have given them easy access to vast amounts of public data, including census information, real estate ownership, and sales records, assessments, and tax information.
As assessor here in El Paso County, one of the things I'm most proud about is the assessor's website, which receives over 37 million hits a year. This last March, I launched El Paso County Community, which is a product developed by Specialist. This allowed more information to be viewed by our users here in El Paso County, such as ownership information, value information, census data, education attainment, and just a number of things which allow our users, our citizens here in El Paso County, to view this and review information that's going on within their particular neighborhood or economic area and make an informed decision whether or not to appeal their property value.
Well, you heard it right. The Assessor's Office webpage registers about 37 million hits per year, and the office has fewer than 50 employees. Now, can you imagine the size of the staff that would be required and the cost to the taxpayers if even 10% of those people that wanted that information online had to actually go to Steve's office? Steve's not here, but I want to make sure that you give him some congratulations because this is innovation and this is a great use of taxpayer dollars. Our Planning and Community Development Department, in partnership with the Pikes Peak Regional Building, is providing a new level of service and transparency through its Electronic Development Application Review Program, or EDARP. And yes, we're the government, we come up with an acronym for everything.
So with our EDARP system, we're able to reduce costs not only to the county, but also to the developers and builders and even mom and pops. The reason why is because everything's coming in electronically on a web-based program. What this has done is it's created a lot more efficiency for us in terms of the amount of soft cost staff time involved in processing something. But it's also shortened the timeline for review because we're able to send out referrals to outside agencies instantly once they're submitted electronically, as opposed to having to pay to mail them out and the delay associated with that. It's also made us a lot more transparent to the general public. All of the files that are coming in electronically are now available online to anybody that wants to look at them, whether it be another developer, another jurisdiction, or even a neighbor that's wondering what's going on. It's definitely made us a lot more transparent in that regard.
Well, EDARP provides instant access to development applications dating back to 1947. It tracks the progress of new development applications and gives inspectors instant access to the plans and notes in each development file on their laptops and out in the field. With EDARP, each relevant review agency, including schools and fire districts, special districts, military installations, and the Forest Service, receive email notifications of new development plans submitted, and they can provide their comments and questions directly into the development folder. Needless to say, this represents a huge improvement in efficiency compared to the old process of mailing development plans to all the review agencies and then waiting for their responses by return mail. Today, I want to call out and publicly thank CEO Roger Lovell and Regional Building Department software engineer Joseph McKeegan for their help in developing and launching the EDARP program. Craig, Roger, and Joseph, Craig Dossie, I see you over there. Stand up. You please stand to be recognized. El Paso County Clerk and Recorder Chuck Borman's office sends out more than 40,000 motor vehicle registration renewal cards each month. About half are renewed online or by mail. That means we still have almost 20,000 citizens each month coming into their 5 clerk and recorder offices.
Begin, you just touch the begin. And
Look at Chuck. Doesn't he look good in that? Well, this year, we have a new self-service kiosk that have been installed. These electronic terminals eliminate any need for wait lines. El Paso County is even making the federal government a little bit more efficient. The opening of a new first-of-its-kind full-service clerk and recorder office on Fort Carson has saved time for our soldiers, dependents, and their retirees. The agreement between El Paso County and the United States Army for this office is now being studied as a model for counties across the country with large military installations. And by the way, people are actually driving from other counties just to be able to renew their driver's licenses on Saturday. Our county operates the only driver's license renewal office in the state that's open on Saturday. So I'd like to publicly recognize Clerk and Recorder Chuck Borman. Chuck, could you please stand and be recognized? The low unemployment rate in our county is causing some challenges. We are having some difficulty finding and filling jobs that require specialized experience and skill. We are especially having challenges trying to hire and retain experienced heavy equipment operators, truck drivers, snowplow operators, welders, and bridge deck repair crews. In response to these challenges, Public Works now offers an entry-level internship program and several innovative new training programs. This L3 driver simulator simulates for things to make sure that our drivers become more efficient. Customized software settings mimic the driver's view, vehicle controls, and feel for the county plows. Now see, the operators experience real-world hazards ranging from skidding on the ice, cars buried in the snow, and dogs running across the roadway. Now, I want to be clear. I'm going to take us aside from my comments here. Now, we had a discussion about this simulator. I said people are either going to laugh or they're going to be very sad. I just want to reassure you that there were no dogs that were actually hurt in the simulation of this. Don't have PETA lined up out here protesting me because we put that in there, okay? I just want to be on record that I called that out. Okay, seriously, back. Okay, we are also using some innovation when it comes to our new bridge deck training program. This program provides an opportunity for road maintenance workers to advance with their skills the necessary to remove and replace failing bridge decks before water and salt gets through the deck and erodes the entire support structure. We're using an innovative new heavy equipment leasing program. This gives us an opportunity to plan ahead for replacement of old and inefficient road equipment. Many trucks in our county fleet are 12 to 14 years old, but somehow our fleet maintenance workers have even managed to keep this 44-year-old snowblower in service. But there comes a time when rising maintenance costs and too much downtime just don't make sense. By the way, if you haven't noticed, the dark red El Paso County trucks that everyone recognizes, they're being retired. They're being replaced with new safety green vehicles. Multiple federal highway tests have demonstrated that this color, along with brighter LED marker lights, improve roadway safety by making these vehicles easier to see at night and in bad weather. GPS tracking, new radios, and computerized maintenance records are helping to manage the fleet maintenance more efficiently. These new vehicles automatically record and report to our fleet managers any operating anomalies and when maintenance is needed. The county has also implemented new work schedules so that mechanics are performing repairs and completing scheduled work maintenance on nights and weekends to ensure that the manpower will not be lost while waiting for more equipment to get out of the maintenance shop. Our Pikes Peak Workforce Center, which serves both El Paso County and Teller County, has expanded its public-private partnership to focus job fairs, training, and internship programs to better serve local employers. We're placing a special emphasis on jobs in healthcare, hospitality, information technology, and the skilled construction trade. Working directly with these employers, the Pikes Peak Workforce Center now offers more earn and learn apprenticeship programs, supporting key industries and ensuring a ready and capable workforce for businesses ready to move here or expand. I want to thank several of you in the room who volunteer your time and help to guide the workforce programs by serving on the Workforce Investment Board. And I especially want to thank employers in the room who are participating in various training and internship programs. These are especially important at a time like this when our region has many jobs unfilled because many of those looking for work have a need for additional training and experience. Now, when El Paso County's recycling program became a victim of its own success, we had to come up with an innovative way to address the long waiting lines to recycle or safely dispose of things like paint, lawn chemicals, or old computer screens and batteries. So this year, our environmental division adopted an innovative new online registration program for its big recycle events. You can register for a specific time of day and expect to get in and out quickly. This year, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office and Colorado Springs Police Department have initiated new software and procedures that make suspect descriptions and other information about criminal activity simultaneously available to every officer on duty in Colorado Springs, El Paso County, Fountain, and Manitou. Gone are the days when the bad guys can just get away by driving across the jurisdictional boundaries. I'd like to publicly recognize Sheriff Bill Elder and Colorado Springs Police Chief Pete Carey. Bill and Pete, could you please stand to be recognized? The El Paso County Criminal Justice Center is by far the largest county jail in the state. It is frequently at or near capacity, and when the Colorado Springs Police Department adds 20 new officers next year, you can bet that they will be making more arrests and that this was going to put even more pressure on the jail. But I want you to know that we have no plans, and I'm going to repeat this, we have no plans to ask you for more money to expand the jail. We should clap after that now. Instead, our Criminal Justice Coordinating Council is working collaboratively with judges, law enforcement agencies, mental and behavioral health organizations to develop solutions that cost less and deliver better outcomes. I am proud to announce that one of the Coordinating Council's early recommendations is already being implemented. Starting next year, the El Paso County Pretrial Services Program will be expanded so that many of the county jail detainees can be released from jail pending trial. The sheriff predicts that expanding the supervised pretrial release program will reduce the jail population by as many as 200. That would be a huge cost savings to the county, but even more importantly, it would improve outcomes. Under supervised early release, jail detainees can keep their jobs and take care of their families as they wait for their trial dates. We've also made progress towards improving outcomes through our community detoxification program. El Paso County began operating a social detox program at the request of the state, local hospitals, and law enforcement agencies about 9 years ago. But working together with our various partners, it was determined that many people brought into our social detox center were in need of more medical and behavioral services in order to overcome their dangerous and debilitating addictions. In response to this need, the Department of Human Services has been searching for an organization equipped to provide expanded services. And I am proud to announce that starting next month, Crossroads Turning Point, a nonprofit organization with experience and resources needed to provide a much wider range of services and resources available to be able to help people with substance abuse and addiction problems. They are going to assume responsibility for our community detox program. And I want to thank everybody that's involved with that. That is huge for this community. Early next year, our Information Technology and Public Information Office will launch a new citizen service gateway and a brand new website. You will be able to report roadway and facilities maintenance problems, reserve park facilities, check on voter and vehicle registration, and access a vast amount of information and data easily and efficiently from your cell phones, laptops, desktops, and iPads. Now, just a mile or so from here is historic Old Colorado City. Along West Colorado Avenue as Bancroft Park sits an old wooden building that once served El Paso County Clerk and Recorder Irving Halbert. It had a small wood-burning stove in the corner, but it had no matches for cold days in January. So there were early reports of accounts with county commissioner meetings where Clerk and Recorder Halbert complained, kind of like Chuck, complained bitterly that he was unable to properly record real estate transactions and marriage licenses on cold winter days because the ink in the inkwell kept freezing. Now, Chuck has come up with a lot of excuses, but he hadn't tried that one yet. Well, but today, El Paso County maintains terabytes of data on everything from marriage licenses to voter and motor vehicle registration, property boundaries, and tax levies. The information technology age has brought us a long way from frozen inkwells, but the rate of change and the pace of life seems to be ever accelerating. And today's innovation and new solutions will surely be tomorrow's legacy software. So I'm proud to be here today sharing with you some of our examples of innovation and creativity, the solutions that what we're trying to do to be able to provide better customer service. So, but before I end, I want to publicly recognize my fellow commissioners. Commissioner Mark Waller, Stan Vanderwerth, Peggy Littleton, and Lojinos Gonzalez Jr. Could you please rise? These commissioners work tirelessly to serve the citizens of El Paso County, and rarely do we get an opportunity to say thank you. And I want to, as president of the board, say thank you. This has been our first budget season together, and I can tell you, I have never met a group of people that just roll up their sleeves from day one, and they're working together. And they're out in the community doing things that a lot of people don't recognize. And I think it's important to be able to highlight the personal sacrifices that they make, the amount of time and effort and dedication that they have. So I just want to let you know, my colleagues, that it is an absolute privilege to be your friend and a part of your group. So I wanted to make sure that we took time to give you the respect that you deserve, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you have a truly blessed Christmas, and I look forward to working together with you to ensure continued economic prosperity throughout our region in 2018 and for many years to come. So with that, it's time for Judge Judy, and I just want to say Merry Christmas, God bless you, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
I don't know about Judge Judy, but I know there is work to be done, so we'll be back at it quickly. President Glenn, thank you for those words, and thank you for the insights on both the innovation and technology that the county's applying to improve both efficiency and proficiency in the work we do. And I want to say thank you to the county and the city staff for the collaboration that we see as citizens of the community. Thank you for that. I think it's nicely illustrated if you look actually sitting together at the same tables. Well done, and thank you for the work that you do for our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, I want to say thank you to our sponsors before we convene today, to AT&T, to the El Palmar Foundation, UC Health, and our media sponsor, the Gazette. On behalf of the Chamber and EDC and my staff, we want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you very much for joining us today. We're adjourned.